Hi everybody, it's Dr. Andy. I wanted to share a couple things. First is that I'm feeling better, and there have been some people asking and sending their thoughts and prayers, and I want to make sure that everyone knows that I'm doing well, I'm feeling better. I never did get my test result yet. It's been 8 days, and they're still backed up, the labs here. So unfortunately, I really don't even know if it was COVID or not, but I got better. I waited out my 10 days to make sure it was safe for me to enter society again. 10 days from the day I first had symptoms, and so now I've been continuing on with life. But thank you for your thoughts and prayers. So the other thing I wanted to share is there have been a lot of questions about schools and schools reopening, and so I thought I'd share a couple of thoughts. Now there are so many different factors that have to come into play here, and most importantly is that I hope that your state and local public health authorities, wherever you live, are giving really good input to whoever it is that has to make that decision, because that's what's really critical. But a couple of thoughts that quickly come to my mind that I think about in considering about the safety of reopening schools. The first thing is what is the spread of the disease like in your area? And I showed you in episode 12B about a particular map you could look up at globalepidemics.org, and it categorizes the different counties across the U.S., green, yellow, orange, or red. I currently live in a red community, so that's kind of a problem. But it has been getting a lot better. I think soon we may very well be orange, and so that will be great. And if things continue, we might get to yellow, so we'll see. But that's the first thing. Ideally, you'd be in a green or a yellow county to have your schools fully opened. And you'd still, most likely, especially if you're yellow, need preventive measures while you're doing that. But that's the first thought that comes to my mind. I'm guessing we'll probably still be in orange when that time comes where people are trying to open schools here. And so it may be best to delay a little bit, but we'll see what happens. And that's just one thing, is how is it spreading where you are? And of course the trend, has it been going up or down? Not just the color, but which way is it going? So that's a couple of important things about the disease spread. The other thing though that I think is really important is what is the public health response system like? And that mostly has to do with the ability of your local public health department to test quickly and get results back, and then to identify people with the disease and to trace their contacts so that they can get those people in quarantine, or encourage them to quarantine at the very least, depending on how strongly they're doing that in your community. So that's the piece that is a lot harder to find. I don't see many communities that are giving data on how well they're testing and tracing. But first is, what's the turnaround time of tests in your area? Are there tests available? And then the other thing is are the public health authorities able to get in touch with people and quarantine individuals? That's really key, and it'd be best, it'd be great. I wish that our counties were telling us what percentage of the new cases that they're getting are previously identified contacts, people that they already knew and suspected might get it, and if we're in quarantine. If that percentage is going up, that's a really good sign. If the percentage of new cases are coming from known contacts, that means your public health system is working. To me, those are the kind of indicators. How many contact tracers they have, how many cases are they following? Those are some of the basic numbers that just help you see, so you can start to track it and see if there are trends. That's the kind of info that I think really helps us know if our public health system is working. And unfortunately, we don't see much data on that typically. But that's the public health systems should know those numbers, and so that's why I say hopefully they are following that and giving good input to the decision makers about the safety of opening up schools. Those are the first couple thoughts I have about that for you. So again, this is Dr. Annie trying to teach you what I know about public health to make the world a better place.